Hello, welcome to our second assembly. The theme for the assembly today is about saying goodbye to 2020 with gratitude.
So first and foremost, we want to create a safe and enjoyable climate for students to work at home. So our purpose as a school is to provide a caring, useful, enjoyable and effective school which prepares you for leaving school and what's next in your lives. Okay, so we believe that to be a successful school that we must achieve together. Okay, so our expectations when you are working at home are the same as they would be if you was in a face-to-face lesson at school. So it's vitally important that you remain resilient, respectful and continue to be a proud member of the Waterhead Academy.
Okay, so here's a quick list of things that we really need you to take note of, especially when you are learning remotely. Okay, so students should develop a consistent daily routine that mirrors attending school on a daily basis. Students should be organised, so checking the calendar section on Microsoft Teams to know their remote learning lessons and start time in advance. Students should be punctual to accessing their remote lesson, promptly logging into their lessons 5 minutes before the lesson is due to start. Students should be accessing remote learning in a quiet, safe and appropriate environment with minimal distractions. A bedroom is not likely to be a suitable location, but what we would suggest is a dining or kitchen table. If suitably quiet, that may be appropriate. Students should be appropriately dressed and there should be no private images on display. It is preferable that the student's background is clear and blank wall. Students should take pride in their work, completing all work to their personal best. Students should be responsible for their own behaviour as well, so they should have expectations of their own behaviour, following instructions first time, every time. Students should be accessing remote learning with the camera switched off and the microphone muted, unless the teacher asks the student to contribute via the microphone. And the camera must always be turned off. That's really important. Students should use the raise hand or chat function within Microsoft Team group to ask a question about the understanding of the work being said.
So there's just some more instructions for you to be following, some more expectations. So students should only discuss subject-specific learning information with the class teacher to enable a conducive learning environment for all, not impacting on the learning of others. So it's just about respecting the other people in your group. Students should not be creating any group chats on Microsoft Teams, nor should they continue to remain in a group chat if added by a peer. This will mean that we will have to inform parents if students are creating group chats. Students should always be respectful of others and will never threaten, humiliate, embarrass or bully anyone while using Teams. Students should always treat others the way they want to be treated. Students should understand that bullying is not acceptable and we will not tolerate it. Students should understand that aggressive and insultive language towards anyone is not acceptable and again this will not be tolerated. Students should not deliberately access or share any material which could be deemed illegal or offensive. If students come across such material, they need to report it with either myself or Miss Pill as soon as possible. Students should not request one-to-one sessions with any teachers via Microsoft Teams or any other platform. Students should understand that usage of Microsoft Teams and other applications provided by the school can be monitored, logged and made available to teachers. Students should not under any circumstances record or take photos of any teachers or classmates or any lesson content. Students should understand that these rules are designed to keep me and other people safe and the behaviour policy at school will be used.
Okay, so moving on to the grapple. You have 1 minute to think and then write down what you think gratitude means. Okay, 10 seconds left.
So, the definition of gratitude. Firstly, it's a noun, and the definition is the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for, and to return kindness. So, what does that mean for us as part of the Waterhead community? So, for us, it should be a warm feeling of thankfulness towards the world or a person. For example, at the minute, you should be showing gratitude to your teachers. So, is it an emotion that you feel in your stomach when someone does something really nice for you. When you appreciate that someone's done something really nice and gone out their way to help you, that is showing gratitude.
Okay, so why is gratitude important? And there are 4 reasons for this. So, number one, expressing gratitude can improve your mood. Okay, so people who regularly express gratitude for the positive things in their life are shown to be happier overall, leading to a lower rates of stress and depression.
So, students that do show gratitude can be more optimistic. Studies show that those who express gratitude regularly appear to have a more positive outlook on life.
Okay, number three, sharing gratitude can also improve social bonds. So people have reported feeling more loved and more connected to others in their lives when they routinely practice gratitude, or those around them practice gratitude as well.
So practicing gratitude can have a massive impact on your physical health as well. So people who actively express gratitude tend to be more engaged in activities to take care of their physical health. Okay, so this could be taking part in more exercise, it can be eating better, it could be getting more sleep. Okay, this in turn then leads to higher energy levels and a stronger immune system, which, as you can imagine, is vital at the minute.
But does it actually work? Well, studies have shown that people who are more grateful ended up being more productive in their learning, better equipped to deal with their own feelings, and more aware of people's emotions. And that's really important. In other words, showing more gratitude can help develop your mental maturity and allow you to develop friendships easier. It can also develop resilience, your ability to work through difficult or challenging things.
So, what can you do to show gratitude? So, try to appreciate everything. This includes not only the big and obvious, but also the small little things, the day to day things that people in your home might do to help you. So, keep a gratitude journal. Okay, so if someone has done something nice or someone has made you smile that day, just keep a note of it. Looking back on that can have a massive um, impact on your mood, so they are quite important. Volunteer in your community. I know we've got a lot of amazing students that do this already, but helping others will enable you to experience other people's gratitude. And as we mentioned last week, spend time with your loved ones and tell people that you are thankful. It is good for both of you.
Okay, in the chat on the right, write down one thing you are grateful for at the moment. Doesn't matter how big or small it is, it could be absolutely anything. So it might be something like you're grateful for your mum cooking your breakfast today, or your friend cheering you up. Okay, so please, me and Mr. Evans will be grateful, okay, for you to write something in the chat on Teams and send it to us. And we will also share some of those lovely things as well on our newsletter next week. Okay, and my favourite bit of the assembly, every week we are going to be acknowledging students who have been working really hard, really engaged and focused and really trying their best. We know how difficult it is working from home, and we want to acknowledge those students because we're proud of them. Okay, so the first acknowledgement.
So for English, we've got Zara Adil, who is dedicated and works hard at every lesson that is being sent out. She used Teams effectively to keep up with her learning. So well done, Zara.
Okay, well done. English as an additional language. The nomination for this one is Abdul. Well done to you, Abdul, for amazing work with the academic words section in EAL lessons. Fantastic dedication to independent learning as well. So well done to you.
For maths, we've got Zoya Mahmood, who I know always works so hard. So she's really engaged with her work this week. She's completed all work that has been set on time and to the best of her ability. So well done to Zoya.
Well done, Zoya. And the science nomination goes to Fatima, always the first to respond with the correct answer on live lessons. She always helps others with work and how to turn in work as well. So well done for that. I'm sure your friends will be grateful of you helping them out as well.
For MFL, we've got Shannon McKinley, who is working as hard as she possibly can and staying in contact for support and guidance. She's shown excellent perseverance, so well done to Shannon.
Well done to you, Shannon. No, that's your second nomination since we've started this, so well done. Geography nomination, there's 2 of those this week, and that goes to Abbas and Alia for outstanding 3D model of the structure of the Earth. That was for Abbas, and excellent assignment and diagram detailing the structure of the Earth for Alia. So well done to you two.
For history, we've got Jaden Burnhope, which is no surprise. He's always fantastic with his engagement and his effort in teams. So well done to Jaden. Keep it up.
Well done. Religious Studies is nominated this week is Mesa and Arslan. Well done to you two. Absolutely fantastic engagement and contribution to your lessons.
For PE, we've got Callum Ahmed, who has engaged excellently again. So there's plenty of people that are really engaging this week. So well done. In the Taste of GCSE PE theory lesson, his works at a very high standard. So you give yourself the best chance when you start your options next year.
Fantastic, Callum. And last but not least, the nomination for art goes to Owen. And Owen, as always, completes his work, always tries his best, and it's always in on time as well. So a massive well done to you, Owen. Okay, so that's the end of the assembly. I just want to say, hope you're all okay and your families are safe. You know where we are. If you need us, please contact us on Teams, give us a ring, email us. We're here whenever you need us. Okay, so hope you all have a lovely week, and we shall hopefully see you soon.